Good morning, and thank you to both the Colombian and Swedish governments, the World Health Organization, UNICEF, and the Special Representative of the Secretary General on Ending Violence Against Children for bringing us all together today. The first ever ministerial conference on ending violence against children comes at a crucial time, and, quite frankly, should not be required. But here we are. We are at a crossroads, where the urgency to reassess and redefine our approach to protecting children has become increasingly evident. While the necessity has always been apparent, it is now time to translate that awareness into meaningful action. So we thank you all for your attention to this critical issue.
My husband and I recognize today's reality is marked by greater connectivity and advanced technology, which of course has many positives, but which also compels us to better understand how digital violence against children is manifesting itself in this age. And at the Archwell Foundation, we engage with young people, families, and experts worldwide, learning how every aspect of a child's life, from their livelihood to their physical and mental well-being, now operate within an online economy that has the power to both shape and misshape our connections. Together, we can harness this moment to drive lasting change. Thank you.
Through trauma-informed practices, we help parents come together to forge strong bonds, offering healing support through community with the ultimate goal of prioritizing safety at the source.
Parents from the Parents Network are sharing their personal stories about their families' experiences with you all this week. We hope their voices and message will reaffirm this room's commitment to taking a clear-eyed approach to the reality of violence targeting children in this digital age.
Another global conference, another brilliant cause in ending violence against children, and the two cuties pop up again. And I got to say, Meghan looks absolutely smoking hot. No other way to describe her. Expand the photo for yourself if you want to. She looks fabulous. And I want to say, am I allowed to say as a white middle UK man, I want to say that she's positively glowing. And I do get the feeling that there might be another member of their family on the way, which would be incredibly exciting news for them and, of course, the world. I don't know. Just looking at her, there's just something different about her. At the top of her frame just looks a bit fuller than it just did previously. And we all know she's got a fabulous figure, right? Just looking at her, is she, isn't she? Do I have a right to comment as a white middle-aged man that lives in the UK? I don't know. Comments are open. Let me know what you think. What's this? Oh, nothing to worry about. It's just Prince Harry looking very smart, wearing his poppy with pride, casually addressing all the leaders, teams and representatives of the 32 countries that make up NATO. Yes, that's right. On the same day that Prince William's documentary about ending homelessness drops, where Prince William is seen looking very concerned carrying a folder, Harry pops up and briefs the leaders of NATO about Invictus. What Invictus does, why it was formed, how they can support Invictus, which directly then supports their service people all over the world, and what the future of Invictus is. Just look at him. He looks like a statesman. He looks like a leader. He's been invited to present to those leaders that control economies and countries all over the world. William is walking around with a folder, looking concerned. Do we need a royal family in 2024? Harry's not a working royal. Look what he's achieving. Happy Thursday, have a brilliant day. As ever, comments are open. I'd love to know what you think. Turn up, do good, make a massive impact. And I love this headline for Harry and for the whole world, to be honest. Over 80,000 young lives in South Africa transformed just through his charity work. One thing Harry can put on his CV, I turned up, I did good, I transformed 80,000 lives through one piece of work alone. And I'm sure if we counted up all the lives transformed by the rest of his work, it would add up to many, many millions. In contrast, the British working taxpayer-funded royal family love to do documentaries on television, love to walk around, carrying an empty folder, looking very concerned, then looking very concerned again, talking to people, and there's absolutely no impact. Nobody has been able to measure the positive impact from any of the work done by the British working taxpayer-funded royal family. Fact. If you can call me out on this one, give me some evidence, whack it in the comments. Have a lovely Saturday, enjoy the weekend, more from me tomorrow. Well, we haven't heard from these two cute, hard-working people for a while. Yes, I'm fully aware there's 3 people in the photograph. Let me tell you what I'm hearing from my network of hacks. Hack or hacks is a slang term in the English language to describe a journalist. And if you didn't know, my channel is called the Ministry of Hacks. So there's a little clue there into what my network on TikTok relies on to get information. Anyway, get to the point, Martin. There's rumours abound and some confirmed conversations with these 2 hard-working cuties and the UK NHS. Now, before we get excited, the NHS is cut up into little blocks. It's such a big healthcare business that it can't be one body in the UK. So it's set up into little divisions that cover large geographic areas of the country. And they are talking with one of the largest divisions of the NHS in the UK. And these 2 cuties are asking how they can help, how they can do some work for the NHS to make their people happier and bring more money in. Instead of taking, and by the way, it's kind of perfect timing as well, isn't it? The working taxpayer-funded royal family are taking from the NHS, charging them tens of millions of pounds a year for ridiculous things like parking. These 2 want to work for free. Stay tuned. I'm hoping that the conversations go somewhere. These 2 have got star power. If they help the NHS by working with them for free, it can only be good. Comments are open, guys. Let me know what you think. Have a brilliant Thursday. You know, I often think that British digital media and some of the journalists, Jan, that write for them have written more fairy tales than Hans Christian Andersen and the rest of the legendary historical writers put together. This is just another version of the Emperor's New Clothes, because there's no way that any rational person, based on what they know to be true and what they hear and see, would come up with a headline like this. This sycophantic praise of the working taxpayer-funded royal family versus Harry, who is unfunded, is simply not true. It's deluded, it's delusion, and it's basically trying to fool the public that we are getting value for money from this family. Charles battles for the monarchy. Yeah, of course he does. I mean, yeah. Charles is all about standing for a cause with a positive frame of mind and a brilliantly positive demeanour, isn't he? Not. William battles for the underdog. William takes the maximum amount of money for the minimum amount of work and was accused on video of trying to get out of work whilst volunteering at a homeless shelter. Harry battles for himself. I'm not even going to try and justify that. Everything Harry does is for other people, mainly around Invictus. British digital media, whether you're fighting for a knighthood, OBE, MBE for yourself or not, be balanced. Comments are open, guys. Let me know what you think. Morning, friends. Happy Wednesday. So the first comments from royalists when this story started to break on Saturday was, so what? So what if Charles and William, already billionaires that receive £500 million a year from this country to keep themselves in order, so what if these 2 charge an NHS trust tens of millions of pounds for a warehouse to park some ambulances? So what if these guys charge the National UK Lifeboat Charity millions of pounds a year to cross beaches which they allege they own, or to use jetties which they allege they own? So what? Those services would have to buy those warehouses, parking spaces or jetties from someone else. Well, this is the so what, guys. This is the impact. That NHS that has to pay these two jokers money every year for parking spaces for their ambulances are forced to cut costs, and they're shedding staff. Those people that are important because they create proper documentation and keep patient records in order, those people that clean hospitals, those people that comfort families of children that are seriously ill, those people providing first level care to people coming out of surgery, all gone. Because the NHS cannot afford to keep them, because the NHS is being exploited by the British working royal family. And it's absolutely disgusting. As ever, comments are open. Do you accept it? Would you tolerate it? Let me know what you think. Success or failure, let's jump straight into it. You know the score. Comments are open. Would love your opinion. So Prince William's documentary on the homeless dropped on Wednesday, with the first part being shown, and most digital media outlets are actually being quite constructive with their analysis. Newsweek are probably more truthful than others in branding it not a success. Firstly, in the slot, ITV lost 900,000 viewers from that slot. So it received 900,000 viewers less than the traditional programme in that slot. From a population of 60 million in the UK, losing 1 million viewers is a big deal. So that probably shows you how much appetite the public has to listen to this guy. Secondly, on camera, William was asked by a fellow volunteer if he was trying to get out of doing any work, and you know, that is a theme around William in everything he does. People are questioning his work ethic on a daily basis. And for that moment to be captured on camera, I just think probably says it all. It's Friday, the weekend's in sight. I've watched it. I think it's a failure. Comments are open. Let me know what you think. Well, apparently, unverified, but according to the Daily Mail, Charles has finally punished Andrew by removing Andrew's £1 million a year allowance. But there's more to this story than that. Let's jump into it straight away. This has been timed perfectly to coincide with the Dispatches Channel 4 documentary that's airing tonight in the UK. November the 2nd, 7:10 p.m. Tune in. I'll be watching it tomorrow because I'm out. The documentary is damning. Charles is desperate to do anything in advance that takes away the heat from the royal family once the whole world has seen that documentary. Secondly, Charles has said himself that he's removed the financial burden that Andrew places upon him. What about the £500 million a year financial burden the whole family put on the UK taxpayer? I can't believe he's been stupid enough to draw the inference between Andrew being a burden on him and also left the door open for people like me to question the burden that the family places on the British taxpayer. Sorry, I've only just got up. You know the score. Comments are open. Let me know what you think. Have a brilliant Saturday. It's a big wow. Morning, friends. Did you watch it? And of course, we're talking about the amazing piece of journalism, no other way to describe it, which was the Dispatches programme aired last night. Absolutely shocking. I've just caught up on it, croaky voice and wristband to prove that I was out at a concert. I found the content absolutely depressing. So let's cut to the chase. In a time of post-COVID bounce back where the NHS and the economy is on its knees really in the UK, these two people, Charles and William, are taking £50 million a year at least out of the public purse via rents that they charge for property or land that they own. £50 million a year to the NHS, the judicial system, and others. I urge you absolutely to watch the documentary for yourself. The other shocking thing, of course, apart from the fact that these leeches are absolutely draining the taxpayers of the UK, is that because of the way that their organisation is set up, they do not pay any form of tax. There's no corporation tax like a normal business would in exchange for rental income. Lastly, I think it's telling that the media are turning on these two now. And, you know, the media is more aligned with the public view than the British working taxpayer-funded royal family. That's for sure. It's time for change in 2025. I will be really interested to see what the royal family come back with post the viewing of this. Probably some awful slander about Harry and Meghan. Have a brilliant Sunday. Comments are open. Let me know what you think. Yes, there's a new biography coming out, and boy, don't we know it, because it's being serialised in the flipping Daily Mail. I've no idea why royalists continue to forgive and support this family, particularly after the amazing Dispatches documentary last night, where it was revealed they charged the British taxpayer £50 million a year for the use of NHS resources and lots of other things. I urge you to review, find, watch the documentary for yourself. Anyway, I have utmost respect for anyone that has any type of faith. I don't care what faith you support. I will listen to your views. Utmost respect for you. This isn't about that. This is about the most interesting thing that they can talk about after Kate's year of cancer treatment and everything else that went on is that Kate's looking into faith of her own. What about medical appointments, diet, the people that she met, how it refocused her mind on what she wants to achieve with the rest of her life, about what she expects her children to become in the future? What about all the things that most people would talk about? No, it's about Kate finding some faith. Oh, it's 2024. In 2025, we need a debate about how the UK moves forward. The Royals are part of that debate. Comments are open as ever. Let me know what you think. Have a brilliant Sunday. Morning, friends. You know this week is going to be a very tough week for William, his father, and the rest of the, quite frankly, scrounging royal family if they do not make public statements addressing issues like this. So if you're from outside the UK and you didn't know, the royal family have made themselves exempt from housing laws, which means they can be a landlord that doesn't have to heat their homes, repair their homes, adhere to minimum standards, etc., etc. And the royal family have made themselves exempt from basically any laws they don't like corporation tax, income tax, etc., etc. That's how powerful they are. That's how much they don't need the massive incomes that are allocated to them on a yearly basis. And William himself takes £24 million a year in private income, £2 million a month. Lastly, before I go, obviously comments are open, would love your opinion. I wonder why this programme was delayed and not squashed by the royal family. Obviously, the version we all saw was a subset and edited version, with the royal family probably using their legal power to remove the worst bits of the story. So we haven't even seen the worst of the story, guys. We've got the diluted version. But my question is, what was the real story that the press were going to break if they weren't allowed to publish this version? What were they going to tell us? Because I think it's something else. I don't think it's anything about money. I think it's something else. Let me know what you think in the comments. Have a brilliant Monday. Morning, friends. The stories, or should I say the facts and the data, get worse and worse and worse. And over the course of this week, the British taxpaying public and British citizens will learn just how greedy the billionaire royal family members actually are. If you didn't know, Macmillan are probably one of the best known names in cancer rehabilitation and cancer care in the UK. It's one of the largest British charities. They basically provide specialist healthcare, information and financial support to people and families affected by cancer. Financial support, guys. Listen to that. The royal family, instead of supporting them, have decided to extract huge amounts of their money by charging them for services, buildings and accommodation. I just cannot get my head round, when Charles and Kate were both diagnosed with cancer, why did they wake up and say, oh my goodness, this is wrong. It has to stop now. And there's examples of the same principle being used for our armed forces and our NHS. And of course, our NHS is the biggest party responsible for treating cancer survivors in the UK. It just absolutely beggars belief. And 2025, guys, it's time for change. Comments are open. Have a brilliant Monday. Let me know what you think. What? Stop all the clocks. It's the 5th of November. Happy bonfire night if you're in the UK. And we're finding out today that Kate is back at the gym and expected to resume overseas travel. She's not working, of course, because that would just be too weird, right? But it's almost as though this story has been pushed out in the same week that the British taxpaying public have found out that William and his father have literally leached tens of millions of pounds a year from the NHS, charities and the British Armed Forces. Wow! Who would have thought that some spin stories could possibly have come out of Kensington Palace at this terrible time for the British taxpayer-funded working royal family? And if you don't stay up to date with news in the UK, I will tell you that the backlash about the Dispatches programme and the sheer arrogance and greed of the British working taxpayer-funded royal family is absolutely massive in the UK. And in fact, this could be the turning point for a referendum and a decision in 2025 and 2026 about how the British public remodel the working royal family to suit the benefits of the country. Comments are open. Sorry for droning on. Let me know what you think. A tale of two families and two approaches, and I absolutely beg you, stay tuned for the financial analysis comparing these two royal families at the end, because if you're a British taxpayer or a British citizen, it's going to make you wanna hoof. Before we jump into this, thank you to Zandy Sussex over on X or Twitter for setting me up with these images and this montage and the story today. This on your left is King Philippe of Spain. He's hands-on and he's literally meeting the crowds of the terrible flooding all over Spain, which has claimed the lives of many victims. This guy was pelted with mud by his own subjects. Him and his wife did not get a nice reception, but they stuck it out to the end. In comparison, Charles and William have been leeching charities, as we found out this week, charging the Royal National Lifeboat Institution, which is a charity, money for them to put their own boats in the sea when they cross his shore, charging the NHS, charging the armed forces, even charging the companies that own wind turbines in the sea for access of the seabed. I mean, it's just ridiculous. This family take at least £50 million a year from good causes and cost the country £500 million a year. This Spanish royal family, for all of them and everything they do, costs Spain less than £8 million a year. 550 million minimum, 8 million. If that's not a sign, British taxpayer, that things have to change and we need fairness in our country, parity, that's what we need, equity, I don't know what is. As ever, comments are open, would love your opinion. If you're voting in the US today, good luck. Let's see what happens there. Vote with dignity, grace, and let's continue the peace. Amanda, you've got it wrong. We're not just repulsed by Andrew and his extravagance and entitlement. We are literally repulsed by the entire British taxpayer-funded working royal family. We're repulsed that they've taken an additional £50 million a year in income from the NHS, the armed forces and charities. We're repulsed that King Charles thinks he owns the beaches and the foreshores. We're repulsed that it costs us £500 million a year minimum, thank you Republic, for running these leeches and scroungers. And we're also completely repulsed that at no point in the past have they ever come out and said to the press around the world, leave Harry and Meghan alone. The cost the lack of work, their demeanour, their activity, their lack of standards, their hate for Harry and Meghan, their lack of work ethic. The list goes on and on and on. So Amanda, do us all a favour. Let's have an update and a rewrite of your story. Thanks. Happy Wednesday, everyone. Do you know what the amazing things are about Kate? Because there's more than one. The first is that every time this family are in trouble, they drag out an archive photo of her from 3 years ago and they start talking about her as though we all know her, which clearly we don't because we've literally not seen her for months. The second thing that's amazing is that even though she's had serious allegations made about her and to her about ism, she is still the least tarnished member of this family. Just think about that for a moment. Can you imagine if you had a family member that was accused of being a ist, and that family member was the least tarnished family member in your family? I find it just incredible. Will we see Kate at the remembrance service at the Cenotaph on Sunday? William says she's amazing, she's getting on really well, and Hello Magazine have told us all that she's back at the gym but not working. So we should see her on Sunday, right? The expectation is that we will see her on Sunday. With the crisis that this lot are going through at the moment, I would not be surprised at all if the only royals attending that remembrance service are minor royals that don't want to see the protesters, and believe me, Republic will be out in force on that day, that don't want to see the protesters so they can keep their eyes close to the problem. Have a brilliant Wednesday evening. It's running club for me. Excuse the state of me. Comments are open. Let me know what you think. Morning, friends. Does William ever deliver on any commitment or vow that he makes? I'm not sure that he does. In 2019, yes, the internet is unforgiving and has a very long memory. Kate and William went to Blackpool. Blackpool, in my eyes, is a great destination to go to. Very fond memories of going there as a child. But it's also socially and economically deprived. And in this visit, Kate and William toured low-quality rented accommodation and saw for themselves the conditions that some renters on a low income or on benefits have to put up with. And oh, the irony, because in this visit, Prince William vowed to take a stand against slum landlords. Oh, the irony is absolutely delicious. Because we actually found out this week that William is also a slum landlord. But anyway, of course, William didn't do anything about slum landlords, just like he didn't take a stand against homelessness. Not done it. He's not done anything for peace in the Middle East. The list goes on and on and on. Anyway, stick to the story, Martin. Him and Kate were left deeply affected by one of Britain's most deprived streets. But still, he feels that it's acceptable to take tens of millions of pounds away every year from charities that can help the people that are in this situation. The people that have to live in accommodation of that quality. The Cenotaph and Remembrance Sunday is going to be really interesting. Let's see who's there. Let's see just how loud the protests are. Not good enough, William. Not good enough, royal family. Time for change. Comments are open. Let me know what you think. Well, everyone's confused, and I'm going to join that confusion because genuinely I'm confused too. And in a kind way, I'm also questioning why the press are now referring to Kate's cancer as Kate's precancerous cells. And I've got to say, and I've always said it on this channel, what you have to remember as a normal human being in this big world is that the digital media and the press always know more than we do. And very often they know the truth, but for various reasons of alliances, strategy, and the law, they cannot always reveal what they want to, i.e. the full truth. So this is ultimately confusing whether you're a fan of the royal family or not, and I'm certainly the latter. Did Kate have cancer, or was it just precancerous cells? If it's precancerous cells, as all these news outlets are now reporting. I think we've done a massive injustice to the real survivors and fighters of cancer all over the world, because Kate's video extensively talked about being cancer-free, trying to get to cancer-free, the fight against cancer. I'm fighting cancer, me, 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 me. It was all about Kate versus the cancer, not about anybody else. If it's precancerous cells, that is completely different. And I feel if that's the truth, which it looks as though it is, we've all been pretty much hoodwinked, guys, to be honest. But there you go. It's not the first time, and it certainly won't be the last time we've been hoodwinked by the British working, taxpayer-funded royal family. Comments are open. Happy Friday. The weekend's in sight. Let me know what you think. Morning, friends. Happy Saturday, and let's start with what could have been, the biggest royal story of the weekend. And of course, Kate has been rolled out yet again like a one-trick pony to take your eyes and ears away from the information about the British working taxpayer-funded royal family that we should all be looking at and should all be talking about. A la dispatches. Before we start, as usual, and this drives me mad, this is an ancient photo of Kate. It's years old. Why can't the press use something that's up to date? Is that because nobody actually ever sees her? I don't know. Anyway, get to the point, Martin. She will be at the event at the Royal Albert Hall this evening in preparation for the cenotaph ceremony. Tomorrow, she is attending both events. The Royal Albert Hall part is not televised, but the press will be outside. I'm sure she'll be snapped by the paparazzi. Tomorrow, the service at the cenotaph is televised globally, so everybody can have a good look at her there. When are we going to get out of this press cycle of the royal family being able to dictate what the press print to distract us from the truth and the conversations that we should be having as British taxpayers? Maybe never. Comments are open, guys. Have a brilliant day. More content from me coming up in the next 5 minutes, I think. Let me know what you think. Morning, friends. Happy Saturday. And immediately we, that's you and I, yes, you watching, we're going to judge William and Kate's PR and crisis management advisors, and we're going to give them a score out of 10. And that score is, wait for it, 3 out of 10. How William could take a supposedly global, fully funded initiative about climate change and then make it all about himself and his family is completely beyond me. And absolutely, he's got the wrong PR and crisis management team around him, because guess who the best person would be? That's right, it would actually be me, ironically. And then people like me couldn't criticise him because he'd be doing the right thing. But Martin, let's get to the point of the story. We all know that William and the rest of the taxpayer-funded working royal family have had an awful week last week since the Times documentary, in conjunction with Dispatches, was aired about basically theft of money from charities and being a slum landlord. We know he's had a bad time. There was an opportunity here with this message and his Earthshot work with a capital W, to talk about how lucky and privileged William feels he is because he has the best access to medical care, as does his family, and he does not face the traditional pressures that the British working family does. I.e., there's no concept of him losing his job through bad attendance because he has to care for his wife with cancer. Yeah, you know what I mean. He has a very different lifestyle and access to unlimited money, the best medical care, unlimited resources, and unlimited staff to help him with his life. There's also no concept of him ever being able to lose his job. Well, maybe that could happen in 2025. Anyway, comments are open, guys. Did he mess it up, or was it PR genius? Should I be employed? All and every comment is welcome. Have a brilliant day, guys. Morning, friends. There's two things about this story that concern me immensely. The general public, us, the taxpayers, were told via the media that Charles had ordered Andrew to leave his royal lodge, which is actually a mansion with a commercial rent value of £1 million a year. That's how big it is. as punishment for his past misdemeanors and to take away his privileges because he was no longer a working member of the taxpayer-funded British royal family. We are now being told that Andrew has miraculously found some money to be able to stay there. Hold on. This wasn't about money. This was about Charles removing his privileges because of his behaviour and because he's no longer a working royal. Where has Andrew found the money from? We know who he associates with, or rather who he used to associate with in the past. That's part of the problem that got him to this stage in his life. Where has he magically created cash from? Bearing in mind, he's literally not worked for over a decade. Yes, his mum, the Queen, would have left him some money in the will. It would be a tiny percentage of the money that goes to the heir, which is Charles. That's the first thing. The second thing that concerns me is, what has Andrew got on the royal family, and how can we encourage him to get singing like a canary? This guy, Andrew, seems to me, let me know what you think in the comments, he seems to be absolutely bulletproof. Harry and Meghan left him alone. He left Harry and Meghan alone. I think he knows a lot of things that the royal family don't want to allow to get into the public domain. Stop waffling, Martin. Have a brilliant weekend. Comments are open. Let me know what you think.
Hello, my people. Lady Rose here. How y'all doing? To all my new subscribers, you're welcome. And my returning subscribers, you all know I love you. To all these people who just noticed I've changed my name, Lady Rose Success, because it looks like people are confused. They do not know what my channel stands for. This channel here is a success-friendly channel. On this channel, we support Harry and Meghan, and we do expose the racist treatment of Meghan Markle by the English monarchy and by the tabloids paid by the monarchy of the UK. That's what this channel here is for. And of course, we're not going to stay quiet about anything that's happening in the United States of America. Yes, we are all Americans. So we all going to fight for this country. We're going to fight for our freedom and democracy like everyone around here. So do not get confused. All right? Yes, here we're going to support Prince Harry as well, because right now he's our brother-in-law. He got thrown to the wolves by his own family. That evil family, the monarchy, the royal family of the England, of the UK. I say of the England, but anyway, it doesn't matter. It is what it is. I think you all understood what I meant. It's the United Kingdom. That's what they call it. And did y'all see that little lady who just popped out of nowhere? And the article was posted there with by the Ministry of Hacks. Y'all guys follow the brother on TikTok there. He does a really good job to expose all these devils. And he supports our Duchess of Sussex, Meghan Markle, and also our wonderful brother-in-law, the prince of them all, Prince Harry of England. So y'all go support the brother. He's a wonderful brother. God bless you, the Ministry of Hacks. Yes. So y'all saw these tabloids. This lady popped out of nowhere, came without shame, saying that Prince Harry does stuff for himself. He does charity work to benefit himself. I don't know if this lady really understands what the Invictus Games are. Maybe somebody need to sit this lady down and try to educate her more. But these people, they are all the same. They're all the same. Did you all see the Trump supporters? Did you all read the articles I'm posting out on here coming from Midas Touch? Yo, guys, we cannot go too far away with the comparison between the tabloids and the Trump supporters, the MAGA. Did you all see what's happening with the MAGA people? Now they are crying everywhere on TikTok, on X, everybody. these people did not understand the term tariff. They did not understand what the tariffs are and how the tariffs work. They do not understand anything business related, and they do not understand some terms that they do not even know what they're voting for. I tell people always, if you do not understand something, go ask Dr. Google. Google stuff. Do not be ashamed. Do not assume that you know anything. Well, you know everything. These tabloids are exactly like MAGA, Trump supporters. They're voting against themselves. And these people, the tabloids, they just expose their stupidity. Because I do tell you, these are a bunch of bitter, dumb, racist people. Rotten, inbred, nonsense humans. That's who they are. There is no difference between these people and those inbred and those sundown states who voted for Donald Trump and voted against their own freedoms. Voted this dude here. What's his name? This ex guy. The dude from South Africa, the white guy from apartheid. What is his name? The one who owned X, by the way, you all know who I drop his name down here. I forgot his name. He got some weird name. So that dude went and paid them people. And these people voted against themselves. And right now they're all crying. Guess what? I'm going to get myself boxes of popcorn. And what I'm going to do is just start eating those popcorn while I watch y'all guys cry. And some of these people are even homeless. They are jobless. Some of them have chronic health issues. And guess what? They are like, well, we just voted because guess what? We wanted Trump to cancel the Obamacare and just keep the Affordable Care Act. But these people do not know the same Obamacare is the Affordable Care Act. So see, the relation between the tabloids and the MAGA, the Trump supporters, dumb people. So this guy who's jobless, and I guarantee you he never been to any college. He's like, well, I voted for Trump because he promised to cancel Obamacare, and he doesn't know. In his book, Obamacare is the Affordable Care Act. Why the Republicans started calling it Obamacare? Because it was created by Barack Obama. And because it was created by a black man, this boiled the blood of all the racists. And look at them. And right now they don't even know what they're doing to themselves. Them people have all kinds of diseases in their bodies. They have all kind of chronic health conditions in their body because I always tell you these people's chromosomes are twisted. The Bible said you shouldn't marry your sister. You shouldn't get married to your brother. That's where y'all guys came from. From low testosterone, your own twisted DNA messing up with your brains. That's why y'all are so dumb the way you are. And you can't even keep it under your beds. You are out here, coming out here, writing articles, speaking on the cameras without even performing any researches. And now, the world knows who y'all are. Exactly same as tabloids. This lady, a nonsense, stupid woman, went out there to say, Prince Harry doesn't know. He doesn't do anything for others. He always does everything for himself. And meanwhile, Prince Harry went to Satabali in South Africa, where he helps the kids who survived, the parents who got killed by HIV/AIDS that your ancestors went planted in those countries there in Africa. Prince Harry helps lots of charities here. Do you know the fallen soldiers, little children, the Scotty little soldiers? Was that a charity created by Prince Harry for himself? Or for those children whose parents died fighting for whatever y'all guys call you freedoms? I'm going to come ask you about that freedom that y'all guys be fighting for all those years. I'm going to ask you one day. I'll be back. I'm right here. I'll be back. This stupid lady came out of blue saying Prince Harry does stuff for himself. You saw Prince Harry addressing the NATO. And you know that guy, the NATO guy, I don't remember what his name is, but he did make a very beautiful video a few months ago encouraging Harry for doing what he's doing for the soldiers. And this damn tabloids, this nonsense law chromosome man and damn women with no brain do come out here to expose their lack of knowledge to everybody. I feel so sorry for y'all guys. Prince Harry is working. And you saw him with his beautiful wife. They popped out here 2 minutes ago. Y'all said they were divorcing. Where are you guys marriage experts anymore? And all those marriage expert of yours, they're all broken. Like all of us. Divorced. Some of them are in their third, fourth, whatever marriages. Including Charlie Boy. And the lady that y'all call the queen. That escort lady. The home wrecker. The rat. They all couldn't take care of their marriages. They're all married twice. And the only person they want to come talk about here is Meghan Markle. And the only marriage they want to come out here to discuss is Meghan Markle's marriage with his wonderful husband. They came out. Did y'all see them? You ain't got no word to say, right? You ain't got nothing. You know the real people y'all should be talking about? Bulliam. Did y'all see? Bulliam, the person who really takes care of himself and cares about himself, and he comes out here to show you who he really is. That guy owns multiple properties. Lots of them. Meredith made some big video. I better add those Meredith video to this one here so y'all guys could listen to what this guy really does. Bulliam. Bulliam owns facilities, prison facilities, where they lock up you guys, damn family members, Tabloid's family members. They lock them up in Bulliam's facilities. So Bulliam owns prison facilities. I never even thought that would be something possible. But I'm telling you, I heard that. Meredith spoke about it. So this guy sells every single thing, even sells eggs, even pens. He sells every little tiny stuff, even tissue, even toilet paper, jam. And you come and blame somebody like a Prince Harry who does stuff for others out here. Bulliam came out here to talk about all the homelessness, but woo! Dude got lots of real estate. Got lots of homes. People came out here to complain that his homes are not even maintained. He doesn't even pay the maintenance people to take care of those buildings. But meanwhile, these people are his tenants. They're paying rents in Bulliam's homes. Bulliam is the owner of the Duchy of Cornwall. The Duchy of Cornwall belonged to his daddy when his daddy was Prince of Wales. And then it became his. And his daddy became the Duke of Lancaster. Is that Lancaster? Lancaster. 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 One of them duchies. It used to be the queen. It's a Lancaster. You know, these people pissing me off. So the father took that duchy that belonged to his mama. And Bulliam inherited the Duchy of y'all call it Cornwall, but I call it Cornrow. The mother inherited the Duchy of Cornrow. And now he's the Duke of Cornrow. He inherited that. And that Cornrow has lots of properties, lots of businesses that's owned by this guy, and he refused to file. This guy refused to file for his taxes. He refused to present everything here out to you guys in the public. So y'all guys blaming Prince Harry for all this? All these tenants, all these MAGA equivalents of the UK people. The MAGA equivalents. The dumb, stupid, weird, funny look, funny, twisted chromosomes, twisted everything, twisted humans. They're sleeping in the cold. Bulliam and warming them damn homes. And they ain't got nothing to say. Bulliam is renting prison facilities. A monarch renting prison facilities to lock your relatives up. And you have the audacity to mention Prince Harry in your rotten, inbred, horribleness, low spirit, low everything mouth. Y'all ain't got no shame. If I was related to y'all guys' tabloids, I'd be ashamed of myself. If I was as dumb as you, I wouldn't even be hanging around here talking before people, even presenting myself on these cameras, or maybe sitting behind my computer writing anything if I were you. Y'all don't got no shame. When you have that much of twisted chromosome, you are just gonna be this kind of human. That's what you guys are. And what happened to Bulliam's homeless, fighting homeless project? And what happened to that documentary? I did not see anything. I told y'all guys I was gonna go and get you guys stuff about it, get some sequences so I could post them out here for y'all guys. But guess what, family? I did not find nothing. Then I'm telling you, this Bulliam guy and all the tabloids, they are irrelevant. If they do not mention our sister, the beautiful Duchess of them all, Meghan Markle, they can't sell papers. And if these royal people do not mention the name of our beautiful, beautiful Duchess of Sussex, they are not able to be seen or heard by their own people they call their subjects. These people with no brain. The people who don't even know why the monarchy is there. They don't even understand that the monarchy is actually locking them up in a facility that they are actually paying for by their own damn tax money. That's the level of the people we're sitting down here fighting with. But guess what? We ain't gonna shut up. We're just gonna come out here and expose you stupidity. Inbred with twisted chromosomes. Nonsense people. Haters, miserable humans. The miserable groups of humans. If somebody's just gonna pay me to hate on one single beautiful woman, Meghan Markle on this planet, I'll say no. I'm not gonna hate on this woman. She's a multi-talented woman, smart, articulated, well-spoken, brilliant, beautiful, all of them, put them together in a package. That's the definition of Meghan Markle. What y'all guys gonna say about this one here, Meadowbaum? What y'all guys gonna say about her? And right now y'all came out here. Apparently she's gonna go have Christmas with her family. She's gonna, then another article comes like she's gonna be joining royal family for whatever holiday of yours out here. And I do not know how you do actually put your words together. This English is your damn language. It's your language. When you are telling the world that Kate is gonna join the royal family, she's gonna join the royal family for a particular holiday, isn't she a member of the royal family? What is the context that y'all guys are? You know, the media always knows more than we do. Y'all guys take those words and put them together. Kate Middleton is gonna join the royal family. Means she is not part of the royal family. That's why she's gonna be joining the royal family. Because in my book, I thought she was married to the future king. Is that why you all say? He ain't gonna be king. Something gonna happen to him before anything comes. Just wait. He ain't gonna be king. No, never. Neither his son ain't gonna be no king. Just watch. Keep my words. Keep these videos. Keep him. He ain't gonna be no damn king. Kate Middleton is gonna join the royal family for that little holiday. I don't know why you guys have a lot of multiple holidays that I can't even keep track of. You got the Lancaster, you got the Cornwalls. You making all those money and not coming out here telling the public about anything. And this Meadowbaum, I feel sorry for you, Make Mumbles, because I know you don't even get nothing out of this. You just came out there to act like a mean girl. You so dumb and stupid, and you look like one. And sound like one. Mumble your way out. We want to see that divorce. Come tell people out the truth. Y'all came up with all these lies around. She has big C. And then afterwards, the language all of a sudden just changed. Scientists, nurses, doctors, anyone, biologists, anyone who learned pathophysiology or any kind of anatomy and physiology and any kind of anatomy, pathophysiology, please come out here, smart people. There is this little video. I heard it from one of the success-friendly channels. I believe it was Murad Morelli or one person was talking about it. Apparently, William said his wife never had cancer. Or there's one of the tabloid journalists reported that she never had a big C. Guys, did these people just come out here to play with people's sympathy? Did these people just literally came out here and lied to people for a year? Lying about this McMumbles? Telling people that she had big C when she did not have any big C? Apparently she had cells in her body that the doctors thought it was precancerous cells. Because y'all know what the difference between the cells with cancer are and the cells with non-cancer precancerous cells. It's just a prediction that that person could probably develop cancer. That's apparently what was diagnosed here. And there are different cells that does have tumor sometimes, but they do not have carcinogen in them. We've been reading all those pathophysiology for lots of years. Oh, I did my share of science, so you can't come out here and start fooling me. So means this lady never got treated by any big C for any big C. She did not have a big C. She had the precancerous cells in her body. That's always removed. Remember, they diagnosed almost similar stuff in Angelina Jolie. And she got mastectomy after that. So it's similar cells that were discovered in McMumbles. She did not have no damn big C. And they came up and made up everything and twisted everything so we could forget that she asked about Archie's skin color. She's a racist. That's how these people function. That's how they function. Guys, this video is getting too long. You know, these people, they be boiling my blood, I tell you. All these lies kind of boils my blood in like a really wrong way. I'm going to stop right here. I'm going to come back with maybe part 2 of this video, or I'm going to make something else. But we're going to continue talking about these people, because I'm telling you, these people. All right, my people, I love you. I'll talk to y'all guys again late. I'll talk to y'all guys again, I believe, next week, okay? I love y'all. So please subscribe to Isabella Banks' channel. Subscribe to my brother Baron's channel, The Royal Success. Y'all go show my brother some love there. We're not moving anywhere. We need to see all those 100,000 subscribers on that channel there so we could get the brother the silver plate. And also my sister Isabella Banks. And y'all go there, support my sister. Let's get the sister to 10,000 subscribers. You know, my sister does a really wonderful job there. Right now she came with all those juicy quizzes. Guess what? We're going to show up, okay? I'm going to talk to you all guys next week. I love you. Y'all take care for now.